Graduates, please turn around. Good evening, everyone. I'm Todd Apple, and I'm the Eastlake High School principal, and I'd like to welcome you here today to our 2025 commencement ceremony. And everyone, please rise for the national anthem, performed by our graduating senior, Tricia Shenoy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Please be seated. All right, that was wonderful. Let's give it up again for Tricia. So we're here today as guests of the University of Washington, and the University of Washington acknowledges the Coast Salish peoples of this land, the land which touches the shared waters of all tribes and bands within the Suquamish, Tulalip, and Muckleshoot nations. And we're represented here tonight by our school board and our district leadership. And I'd like to introduce our first speaker, school board member, Director Lindsay Yoakum.
Speaking on behalf of the Lake Washington School District Board of Directors, I am honored to congratulate the Eastlake High School class of 2025. As a school board director, I spend time in rooms where decisions are made, where budgets are set, policies shaped, and programs planned. But tonight serves as a powerful reminder that none of those decisions matter without you, the students who give meaning and purpose to every choice we here on this stage make. Throughout your years in the Lake Washington School District, you haven't just met expectations, you've redefined them. You brought curiosity into every classroom, challenged norms, and asked questions that pushed us to think differently. You reminded us that schools aren't just systems or buildings, they're living communities shaped by those who walk through their doors. Each of you has left a lasting mark on our schools, not just through achievements in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments that define true leadership, by listening, including, advocating, and standing up when it mattered most. You have shaped a community where every voice has value. Of course, none of this happens alone. Tonight, you are surrounded by the people who helped you make your mark. To the families and loved ones who offered encouragement and support, your belief in these students helped build their confidence and courage. To the educators and staff who showed up every day with dedication and heart, you created spaces where students could grow, question, and thrive. Together, you've shaped not just these graduates, but the community they helped build. Graduates, you've proven that learning isn't just about what happens inside a classroom. It's about how you use knowledge to challenge, build, and uplift the communities around you. Carry that with you. Wherever life leads, let your voice be the one that strengthens. Your choices be ones that inspire, and your impact be one that shapes the future with purpose and compassion. Congratulations, Eastlake High School class of 2025. We cannot wait to see the mark you will leave on this world.
And now I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. John Holman.
Good evening, families, friends, board members, faculty, staff. Please join me in welcoming our class of 2025. Graduates, I want to ask you a question. What would our world become if each of you stepped boldly into your purpose? I would propose that it would become a wave of positive change. Pause and imagine it just for a moment. A world shaped by your ideas, your courage, your compassion. A world not limited by fear or doubt, but fueled by the quiet and relentless pursuit of excellence. Class of 2025, today is not just the end of something, it's actually the beginning of everything for you. When the path grew steep and the outcome uncertain, you kept going, proving that perseverance isn't a moment, but it's actually a mindset. You've cultivated mental agility, learning how to adapt, question, and grow. And perhaps most powerfully, you've practiced humility and empathy, the quiet strengths of true leadership. But the path ahead will still ask more of you. It will ask you to choose purpose over comfort, excellence over ease. Not perfection, but excellence. The daily decision to become more than you were yesterday, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep pushing forward. Excellence never comes without effort. So again, I ask, what could the world become if you rise to everything you're capable of? Because of you, graduates, you embody the greatest gift we can give to this world, and that gift is hope and a brighter future. As you enter whatever lies ahead, don't settle for anything but your best. Be bold, be brilliant, and accomplish your dreams. We are tremendously proud of you, class of 2025.
Every year, our graduating seniors select a staff speaker. And this year, our staff speaker is our teacher, Ms. Eileen Kleka.
Hello there. My dearest seniors, I can't express how fired it is to speak to you today because 4 years ago, I started my IRL teaching career alongside you starting high school. You are the first class that I've had the privilege of watching glow up from mid-basic freshmen into valid lit seniors ready to slay. Bruh, it's wild. So I low-key had a lot more cringe prepared, but I'm cooked because they told me I only have 5 minutes. So before I lose all my aura points, I'll spare you and lock in. So let's go. My name is Eileen Kleka, and I teach computer science. You might know that teaching is actually my second career. Before this, I was an engineer at Microsoft. But what you might not know is the story of how I became a teacher. When I was graduating high school, I had a vision for how my life would play out, and I stuck to the script. I went to Stanford, got a couple CS degrees, got a job in the tech industry, started a family, took a temporary break to be a full-time parent, and then prepared to go back to industry. Everything was going according to plan, until it wasn't. In 2017, I went in for a CT scan for a routine sinus procedure. And a week later, I got a call from a nurse who told me I needed to see a neurosurgeon because the CT had picked up an incidental finding on my brain. That next week, waiting for MRI results, I asked myself the hard questions. If I were to die tomorrow, would I be able to look back on my life and say that I made a difference? Would I be proud of what I was able to accomplish? And the terrifying answer was no. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And when the diagnosis was benign, I determined that this was God's wake-up call for me to do something more impactful. In first grade, I had wanted to be a teacher, but I quickly buried that idea when my Asian parents corrected me. My options were to be a doctor, lawyer, professor, or engineer. However, after this incident, I realized that all of my experiences had been preparing me for that dormant aspiration. My experiences as a woman in engineering could help me mentor and inspire girls to do STEM. And my job as a full-time parent had ignited in me a passion for helping kids reach their potential. And so here I am, a teacher. It is the hardest job I have ever had, but it is by far the most fulfilling. And I know now that this is what I was destined to do. The reason I am telling you this story is that it has taught me 2 life lessons that I want to pass on to you. First, always keep an open mind to change, because things will not always go the way you planned. As high school graduates, you have a lot to explore before you really know what your true passions are and what you want out of life. It is okay if you haven't figured everything out yet. Or maybe you think you have, like I did, only to discover years later a completely different calling. Discovering what you love takes time, and it might show up when you aren't looking for it. So whatever happens, go with the flow and ride the waves of change, because that bump in the road just might be the best thing to ever happen to you. But the second, most important lesson is how vital it is to nurture your relationships and help others. When interning at Microsoft, I asked Bill Gates what the key to happiness was. He answered, "Happiness is what the people you love think of you and making them happy." He didn't say anything about accomplishments, pursuing dreams, or becoming rich and famous. Happiness is about people and love. And it wasn't until I became a teacher that I finally understood. When I said that this is the most fulfilling job I've ever had, it is not because I enjoy lecturing to a room full of students wearing earbuds and playing Brawl Stars without me. But what makes this job so special are the relationships I get to build with you, my students. Students who have taught me that the meaning of life and true happiness are found in your impact on others and how they respond in kind. Getting to know you and knowing that I play a part in helping you grow is what overflows my bucket every day. Changing the world doesn't mean you have to solve world hunger or climate change. You have taught me that changing the world is something we can all do, one person at a time. In your next chapters, it will be easy to be so heads down in your work or studies, focused on getting that grade, job, or promotion, that you forget to invest in friendships with the people around you. But accomplishments are meaningless without friends to share them with. And having the right folks in your life can get you through the worst situations. So love and support those around you and tell them how much they mean to you. And wherever you go, take time to nurture and appreciate the new relationships that you establish as you make your way through this crazy, beautiful mess called life. Today, I ask myself, can I look back on my life and say that I've made a difference? And thanks to you, I can finally answer that question with a definitive yes. And so it is my great honor to congratulate you, my fam, class of 2025. On behalf of the entire EHS staff, we love you, we are grateful for you, and we will miss you. Thank you for letting us be part of your journeys, and may the force be with you. And now, let's give it up for our incredible student speaker, Holly Carroll.
You know, I don't think that's quite what my mom meant when she told me break a leg, but that works. Would you believe me if I said I fell on purpose because I couldn't come up with a better hook for the speech? Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'll find a way to work it into this speech, like, somehow. Oh my gosh. Whew. In my 4 years at Eastlake, I've had the pleasure in being in many of the cliques here. For example, the sports clique, the band clique, but I could never quite figure out how to join the group of girls that eat lunch in the big stall every day. Regardless, I think I can accurately speak on the collective achievements of our graduating class, and there are a lot of them. I mean, not only does this class boast state-winning athletes, it also boasts competition winners across music, drama, DECA, and HOSA, to name just a few. And I have no doubt that the amount of buses and hotel rooms that LWC had to pay for is the reason we cannot afford to paint Eastlake's roof red to match our current school colors. But all of this success, it doesn't come from talent alone. And as Ms. Simon once taught us, success equals talent plus resilience over time. And at Eastlake, there have been countless examples of this resilience. I mean, we survived an AP Chem test with not one and not three, but 2 fire alarms, and then survived the subsequent FRQ retake that was way harder than the original. But we've all definitely gotten over it because we're resilient. And let's not forget, we survived something much more devastating than a global pandemic. We survived a 14-hour-long TikTok ban. And not to mention the bomb cyclone that forced us to flock to the ends of the earth for internet access. Whew. Okay, I guess by ends of the earth, I mean the Redmond Microsoft buildings and the produce section of Target, but tomato, tomato, all right? And, you know, despite our occasional failures, like the marching band formations no one could ever decipher, the honors bio test we all failed freshman year, and of course, the parallel parking section of the driving test, we have never faltered in our pursuit of greatness. And consider this, we're going to be the last class that knows what high school was like before AI. And yet, even in this changing world, based on what I've already seen, I know this class will prevail. And speaking of resilience, for those of you that don't know me, I was diagnosed with cancer last year. And the following I say, not to garner sympathy, but to provide insights on how to persevere, even in the face of roadblocks. I'll never forget the day of my cancer diagnosis. I went to get scans at Seattle Children's because of a bump I just randomly felt on my neck. And after my doctors saw these scans, they broke the news to me. And it looked something like this. So, good news first. You get a Make-A-Wish. Yes. Wait. Does that mean bad news is you qualify for Make-A-Wish? So, yes. Huh? Oh, no, that's not why I was concerned. I was going to ask, do you think they'll let me use my wish to swim in a pool full of chocolate milk? Because, that's always been a lifelong goal of mine. Anyways, and that night at the dinner table, I was surrounded by an anxious family. And when they asked how I was, I told them the truth. This is gonna be terrific material for my college essay. Harvard, here I come! Get into Harvard. And laughing with my family, it immediately cheered me up. And so as a result, throughout my treatment, when my peers would constantly ask how I was doing, I would just tell them that I could wipe my tears with the cancer scholarship money I now qualified for. And I would even poke fun at this amazing cancer mullet I'm now growing. And as cliche as it is, laughter, especially with others, truly has been the best medicine. And when faced with hardships, like tripping on a stage in front of over 3,000 people, if you choose to laugh and to look on the bright side, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Please, please, take this life advice from someone who almost lost theirs multiple times. And I am not just referring to cancer. Some right-on reds I've taken have made my life flash before my eyes. But I'm very thankful that life was here at Eastlake with the promising class of 2025. And they say that it takes a village to raise a kid, but for me, it took a pack. So thank you, seniors, and congratulations. Now, please join me in welcoming our next student speaker. You know her, you love her. She's the reason we can decorate our grad caps this year, Addison Smith.
Thank you, Holly. And thank you, Eastlake faculty and staff, graduates, families, and distinguished guests. My name is Addison Smith, and I have proudly served as one of your senior class officers along with Larissa Schmidt and Samara Barjawal for the class of 2025. 18 years ago, everything changed. 18 years ago, many of the people in these stands became parents. They named us, they held us, they helped us with our homework, they chauffeured us, and now they wait impatiently to see us walk across this stage. 18 years ago, we, now newly minted adults, were born. That set off a chain reaction that led us to this school, this year, this stadium, this moment. But I would argue that the most important thing that happened 18 years ago was that Disney released the movie Cars. Now, hold on. Before you start thinking that the stress of senior year has finally gotten to me, let me explain. I, and many others here today, were introduced to the movie Cars as toddlers. And while I personally was running around my house in my Lightning McQueen slippers, yelling "ka-chow" at the top of my lungs, I was also being introduced to lessons that would serve me, and all of us, truly, through the rest of our lives. Lessons that I will now relay to you. Number one, as Mater once said, learn to drive backwards. Driving backwards can help us reflect on where we've been. And as we stand or sit here today, it seems like the perfect time to look back. We remember our first day of school, our first friends, our first crush. But we can't always drive backwards, or we will definitely run into something. So we need to look to the future. Look towards that finish line while making sure to check your rearview mirrors every once in a while. Number 2, like Lightning McQueen, drive off the interstate. After this moment, this ceremony, we have the gift of time. We get to find ourselves and find what makes our engines rev, so to speak. It's been said that life is a highway, and that's true, but taking the road best paved is not always the right decision. We have one life. Our time in high school, it's up, it's done, it went by so quickly, and the next years will go by just as fast. If we don't get off the interstate at least some of the time, we might look back at this moment and say 10, 15, 20 years, wondering why we just followed the car in front of us. Number 3, sometimes you need a pit stop. Leaving here today, we all probably feel the weight of expectation, the need to be great or do something noteworthy. Now, that is all well and good, but we can't drive on empty tire rims either. Burning rubber can ultimately lose the race. So, take a break when needed, trust your pit crew, refill your tank when needed, and then get back out there. Number 4, if you don't have headlights, be like Lightning McQueen and at least use reflective stickers. And not literally, of course. Parents, we are very good drivers. Just not in the Eastlake parking lot. What I mean to say is that sometimes it's okay to fake it till you make it. Fake confidence in that job interview, or fake confidence while giving a speech in front of all of your friends, teachers, and a bunch of adults you have never met. Yeah. And with that confidence, thanks. And with that confidence, then work to make sure it's well placed and begin the cycle again. Number 5, float like a Cadillac, sting like a Beamer. Exactly. I know who's seen the movie. Know your worth. Be self-assured, but also be ambitious and driven. All parts of your personality are important. Just know when to use each and balance them well. Number 6, spoiler alert, life can be a pain in the ass fault. There are times when life is hard, it's frustrating, it's tiring, but that's okay, because that's where growth comes from. We all persevere. The reason I know that is because over 18 years, I've seen everyone fight their own battles and win. We have beaten challenges and come back swinging. We are unstoppable forces that will continue to grow and learn and live and persist and adapt. When dealing with challenges, we've realized, as Doc would say, sometimes we need to turn right to go left. Number 7, finally, find your radiator springs. Find your corner of the world. Create a community filled with Lightning McQueens, Maters, Sallys, Doc Hudsons, Sarges, Lizzies, Reds, Luigis, Ramones, Flo's, and even Fillmores. So, wherever you end up after this, college, a job, or even Radiator Springs, as Lightning McQueen might say, remember the finish line is just the beginning of a whole new race. And here we are at the beginning. Congratulations, Eastlake class of 2025, thank you. Principal Apple will share his reflections on the class of 2025.
You know, our Eastlake High School graduates include many amazing students who've accomplished a lot. And some of their accomplishments are truly extraordinary, academically and athletically and through their clubs. But we also have students who put in a consistent effort every day to make things better. And I'd like to talk about a few of these students. So one of them is Matthew Seacrest. So Matthew made a goal to attend one competition from every sport that Eastlake has this year. And he showed up and he stayed with it. And he didn't make it well known, but he was just quietly making sure that he was supporting his classmates this year on the field, on the court, in the pool, on the track. And that's awesome, Matthew. And we have a lot of sports. That's hard to do. So good for you. Another graduate I'd like to talk about is Audrey Borup. Audrey does everything with so much joy. Softball, basketball, spirit leader in the bleachers. And Audrey was a peer tutor, helping students get ready for the unified basketball game. She's a hardworking and selfless player who celebrates other people's success even more than her own. She's the first to give a high five or help someone up when they're down. And Coach Goldie said Audrey was a complete joy to coach because she's fearless and willing to put herself out there and is always up for a challenge, and she trusted her team and coaches 100%. Great job, Audrey. Another student I'd like to highlight is Annabelle Kotler. So Annabelle was one of our school's biggest helpers with assemblies, and we need that. She was also gone a lot for competitions, for competitive horse riding, but she stayed connected. She'd frequently call while she's on horseback, call into her leadership class while they're working on something, and they could hear the horse clip-clopping in the background. But she was very committed to everything, making sure everything went smoothly for our assemblies and for our leadership class. Thank you, Annabelle. And Sophia Lisboa. Sophia, I think you're talented at everything. You helped our Eastlake Student Advisory Board get started. Now this is the third year for our school, and you're still helping. And then last year, you were our school's first ASB Equity and Diversity Director. We never had that position, but you made it happen. And you created a new event for our school with our Multicultural Night. We have students from all over the world, and you invited them to make informational displays about the countries they're from. And you made passports so everyone that came in could get their passports stamped for visiting all the different countries on the tables. You planned all that and you made it happen. And now this was our second year to do that, and there were even more countries represented, and even more students came in. And now it's just part of what we do, and you started it, so thank you. And Sophia, I'm thinking about last year too. Our school was going through an accreditation process, and this outside team came in to evaluate our school. And they wanted to talk to a group of students, and they were most interested in learning whether students, if you feel like you're informed and you can be involved if you want to. And I asked you to be part of that student panel. And later that day, the accreditation team was telling me how impressed they were with you and everyone else. I remember telling them that you and Simon Field and Ashlyn Gordon weren't even seniors yet. They truly were impressed. So you've been making things better, you've been making things happen, and thank you again. Simon Field, where are you at, Simon? All right. Hey, Simon, I have several favorite stories and memories about you. You've been part of our Eastlake Student Advisory Board for 3 years, too, and you were part of that student panel with the accreditation team. But one of my favorite memories, you have no idea, it was a few years ago. Something happened in the Commons. You had some challenges back then, and I remember wanting to talk to you, but I really didn't know you personally that well at the time. But the reason that's one of my favorite memories is because it shows just how much you've grown at Eastlake. You have self-confidence, and you know who you are, and you advocate for what you believe in, and that's wonderful. And a couple of months ago, I went to Redmond for our district's annual Lake Washington School District PTSA luncheon. And I saw you there, and I was surprised. I didn't think I'd see any students there. And you were there because you were the keynote speaker for this district event. And in your speech, you completely owned that incident in the Commons. And I already knew that you were awesome, and your speech sure confirmed that. And another favorite memory is more recent, maybe 6 weeks ago. So you knew that we were reducing our staff for next year, and you were worried about your math teacher. You had the same math teacher for 3 years in a row. And you said that now you feel stronger in math than you used to, and she's the reason why. And your math teacher is Ms. Helena Che. And you wrote to me, and you explained that you think she's fairly new in her school, and you were worried about her job. And you explained in a long essay just how awesome she is, and how we need to keep her, and that even though you'll be graduating, you wanted her to keep teaching at our school for students next year. Thank you, Simon. And you know, yeah, go ahead. And you know, it turns out Helena Che's job was never in jeopardy, and she will be here next year, but you didn't know that. And I love how you always advocate with so much passion for what you believe in. Never change that. So our school, our city, our country, and this planet need more people who are trying to make things better. And it's been great seeing all these graduates doing this at Eastlake High School, and I know you'll do more in the years to come. You've shown us through your character and your leadership, and you've made our school better than it was. You embody Wolf Strong, Pack Strong. I'm proud of all of you. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, and Superintendent Dr. John Holman, I certify that these students have met the graduation requirements, and I present to you the class of 2025.
Forward.
All right, folks, first up, we've got Alex Liang.
Daniel Finaru.
Magnus Baldwin.
Derek Yao.
Eric Mitatian.
Alon Regoler.
Ruth Potassin.
Zaina Rahman.
Kiana Bean.
Somia Pathak.
Julia Penrose.
Krista Mihai.
Larissa Schmidt.
Shreya Narayan.
Kate Shad.
Arisha Gupta.
Hong Ning Wang.
Advait Raman.
Pareen Dave Dayanidhi.
Jay Krishna Obalasamy.
Oliver Hamilton.
Maxim Molchanov.
Brennan Davia.
Ethan Lee.
Jonathan Nguyen.
Eric Dang.
Braden Scott.
Zachary Kazanza.
William Clausen.
Andrew Gustafson.
Tanya Nair.
Manya Pradeep Narayan.
Chinmayi Pandiyaram.
Angela Dung.
Sarada Anand.
Ananya Prakash.
Maya Stompel.
Anna Huang.
Lucy Grisefo.
Marissa Desio.
Thaya Sarthi.
Prisha Shah.
Vera Youngquist.
Prisha Sharma.
Rohit Kala.
Sneha Sharma.
Kabir Hotani.
Marvin Lin.
Rithvik Rathina Sabapathy.
Samuel Chi.
Dhruv Reddy.
Timik Valet.
Kaya Gupta.
Aditya Sabi.
L. Van Horn.
Hayi Lee.
Sumia Marwizer.
Kate Haroldson.
Laszlo Dudash.
Isabella Carpenter.
Ophir Ehrlich.
Josephine McFerrin.
Aditya Shah.
Sydney Oat.
Arush Uli.
Matthew Erasmus.
Parth Kotwal.
Rachel DeRima.
Katali Singh.
Ethan Derrimer.
Juliana Garcia.
Drew Williams.
Mahi Modi.
Hamza Al-Metwali.
Spraha Batad.
Surya Kandala.
Samrita Batu.
Zanti Kruger.
Pranav Dhanapati.
Joshua Chi.
Nitya Krishnakumar.
Avanish Kumbar.
Derek Peterson.
Mackenzie Rogers.
Shivan Chawla.
Irvi Kulkarni.
Keegan Allen.
Bryson Hodges.
Kenneth Sinclair.
Katie Van Valkenburg.
Silas Smith.
Heidi Smith.
Sergey Ryabinin.
Brielle Carey.
Jesse Willis.
Paige Dosh.
Martine Stojkovic Ortega.
Elizabeth Johansson.
Michael Bullock.
Abigail Trisha Daniel.
Everett Freeman.
Andrew King.
Nathan Valina.
Sean Park.
Ryan Moy.
Alina Ohm.
Kaveen KC.
Allison Phipps.
Ankit Samantha.
Talia Schiff.
Daniel Chen.
William Wells.
Aiden Kwan.
Trinidad Brahi.
Seamus Arndt.
Catherine Walquist.
Aiden Zanner.
Mahum Jahangir.
Justin Liu.
Nila Muganan.
Philip Koichi Sakaguchi.
Sophia Huang.
Isaac Zeng.
Ahana Misha Basu.
Winston Luo.
Samiksha Basin.
Mark Gianu.
Shreya Ambikar.
Liam Rundle.
Yasmin Leithhead.
Jake Rundle.
Tanya Bangalore.
Zachary McDonald.
Divya Kurma.
Toshinori Robbins.
Lucas Silva.
Bonsan Ahmed.
Alinka Hamza.
James Williams.
Gayatri Arvind.
Michelle Lee.
Vaishnavi Anamraju.
Howlan Shah.
Tiana Cheat.
Zuo Luo Zheng.
Vanya Bao.
Ethan Sathananthan.
Taryn Sangera.
Harlow Hockett.
Lala Zixon.
Mila Rushak.
Vivian Chang.
Waka Tanaka.
Emily Yang.
Manasvini Jayaprakash.
Sonoma Steiner.
Nayan Lee.
Anushka Ramahan.
Madigan Cantrill.
Saranya Sriramola.
Elizabeth Thomas.
Clara Putnick.
Kaisa Gorzinski.
Maya Thompson.
Ananya Kodituwaku.
Thomas Crandall.
Claire High.
Anthony Robert Silvestro Grossi.
Mila Guest.
Elliot Marks.
Layla Field.
Leah Fowler.
Alexa Melchor Alvarez.
Zoe Salaschiker.
Alejandra Torres.
Lucy Ossinger.
Sydney Reed.
Angelina Hurd.
Jeannie Sidorova.
Bin Shane.
Zuri Yusuf.
Hudson Hannah.
Mackenzie Rutledge.
Hillary Lam.
Peyton Glennon Robbins.
Megan Stuvland.
Luke DeWood.
Natalia Lazo.
Nora Barabalt.
Daniel Gorbatov.
Tyler Dantzler.
Manav Sikaria.
Sebastian Simard.
Rashab McIntosh.
Ava Franklin.
Jaden Tang.
Emma Franklin.
Shivam Modi.
Alicia Hanslod.
Mahir Pandya.
Ilakshi Rohit.
Saigopal Prasanth Rithi.
Sri Lakshmi Hedde.
Vivan Gupta.
Ananya Yadlapati.
Connor Solkar.
Sailahari Mulapudi.
Dominic Enrique Abrica Gagas.
Anusha Bigor.
Ewan Bomanat.
Anvika Munchapali.
Jonah Shelton.
Ian Tischauer.
Jack Knudsen.
Mateen Hamadi.
Kiana Marshall.
Lauren Tischauer.
Kyler Campbell.
Chloe Wolf.
Shuidming Wang.
Madison Jenner.
Leah Parat.
Kyla Tamanaha.
Eva Marie Louise B. Harry.
Addison Dergarabedian.
Jeffrey Yuan.
Evelyn Reed.
Mia Kyrie.
Emma Murphy.
Suhani Garg.
Lakshmi Uni.
Gia Tice.
Daruv Deepak Sethi.
Lauren Schwager.
Taeyoung Yoon.
Prisha Patti.
Anais Augustine Kamimi Wanji.
Tilly Valdez.
Camila Reyes Borgos.
Karina Maeda.
Selena Bechtel.
Hayden Gradwell.
Shesa Ramirez.
Christina Fernandez Polito.
Sophia Tidro.
Reese Hitzman.
Matthew Jankayak.
Krishna Mandava.
Nisa Deshmukh.
Andrew Talius.
Jenica Keishi Mamata.
Guru Danchazi.
Sophia Luming K. West.
Luke Halder.
Max Kristen.
Kaviraj Bad.
Gabriel Miranda.
Aaron Steinbach.
Logan Beckman.
Rihan Khan.
Laura Vinich.
Wes Schmidt.
Noah Burtness.
Jack Thomas.
Lexi
Jung.
Maxwell Wright.
Michael Sepolina.
Cameron Horn.
Aditya Gajula.
Leo Zhu.
Advaith Venkamamadi.
Ty Burlington.
Aryan Prakash.
Lydia Rowe.
Nathaniel Mamadi.
Elliot Kaiser.
Vishruth Aramanda.
Emma Asau.
Archis Kajale.
Smera Bardwaj.
Luna LaFay.
Scott Kim.
Amber Richards.
Colin Cahigas.
Sophia Bolter.
Akash Banerjee.
Sawyer Glade.
Audrey Flash.
Noah Carolon.
Lucy Pallett.
Brandon Hewitt.
Samantha Gallagher.
Logan Drake.
Aaron Burde.
Taylor Devine.
Advait Shripada.
Haley Joy Fay.
Colin Thompson.
Lindsay Velarde.
Anuj Krovidi.
Neil Joshi.
Arif Babel.
Alexander Wright.
Sean Kolgakar.
Alex Tellifer.
Arindam Sanyal.
Simeon Chenchev.
Kritish Ali.
Ori Shuked.
Sahil Tanpure.
Navi Vedant.
Bhavesh Gore.
Balaji Prasanna Venkatesh.
Josh Otis.
Corey Zhang.
Kevin Gianu.
Nisank Yelasiri.
Adam O'Brien.
Adam Walker.
Razvan Teodorescu.
Constantine Paris.
Luca DaCosta.
Maximilian Guime.
Mia Iyer.
Ella Dent.
Ria Board.
Kaya Webernight.
Anika Montha.
Kylie Bratner.
Jessica Jones.
Ava O'Neill.
Gavin Dunn.
Alex Wang.
Matthias Hill.
Adam Thorpe.
Kyle Lee.
Pranal Sirapurapu.
Hartej Verk.
Pranav Rusanadam.
Mansoor Raza.
Tristan Drummond.
Pihu Mehta.
Gabriel Montero.
Yashika Kumar.
Dylan Jupin.
Akshaya Natarajan.
EJ Radke.
Annika Nalaseth.
Georgie Oldrov.
You know that, right? Tarisha Chokshi.
Jana Ali.
Sahidi Tadapali.
Ashford Dorsey.
Sarah Sunil.
William Stappington.
Alexander Shore.
Patrick Iramiscu.
Tabitha Rebecca Fekete.
Lucas Gleister.
Pravina Mahedran.
Brandon Castor.
Tejaswi Arat Taj.
Zoe Pound.
Ashley Hagenbook.
Finley Catherine Johnson.
Azadeh Teague.
Ella Marie Neubauer.
Yushin Liu.
Audrey Mora.
Declan McKenzie.
Sammy Marsh.
Arnav Gadam.
Addison Drews.
Kevin Babbage.
Grace Kinney.
Pranav Gade.
Sally Roos.
Gavin Lee Lamotte.
Elsa Schmidt.
Jesus Cervantes Mora.
Jalen Byman.
Guy Brudney.
Jane Roos.
Drew Avedon.
Alyssa Vandermeed.
Soam Coley.
Lucas Eden.
Mitchell Natal.
Elijah Yoon.
Daniel Banderchuk.
Chloe Kim.
Sathvik Oranvijay.
Evan Nichols.
Mishti Kanagia.
Matthew Seacrest.
Shruti Vishwanathan.
Annabelle Cutler.
Usher Kamal.
McKenna Baber.
Alan Dwan.
Cody O'Donnell.
Idris Tabit.
Colin Chapman.
Hassan Kamal.
Preston Todd.
Kaylee Rowe.
Chase Dan Miller.
Lena Kayal.
Evan Heindinger.
Yunsa Choi.
Justin Scott.
Adrian Della Graza.
Camden Muir.
Lily Myers.
Alexia Worthington.
Tanoya Biswas.
Ella Shelton.
Leron Shinny.
McLean Magnum.
Isa Zafur.
Caroline Adams.
Christopher Dickman.
Haley Mallory.
Kadir Umachunder.
Maya Shaw.
Sahana Muhilin.
Arya Gupta.
Mila Stanko.
Simran Kashyap.
Alina Teodoresco.
Ibrahim Cotter.
Ananya Diddy.
Siddhant Jenna.
Mahek Mathur.
Vineeth Rajesh.
Anikath Chalava.
Liam Thurman.
Sonia Ghosh.
Devin Farrington.
Trisha Bourdet.
Caden Sanford.
Charlotte Gruen.
Tonda Richardson.
Gia Alug.
Derek Sravati.
Sophia Lesboa.
Aiden Simmons.
Aubrey Jeffcoat.
Kaylin Faree.
Olivia Gillette.
Sadiq Kadura.
David Jabnison.
Jason Monroe.
Lucas Talias.
Thomas Hibbs.
Preston Daniels.
Burke Lagervik.
My son Luke Charles Simon.
Gonzalo Sagase.
Daniel Lee.
Devanshi Rudaya.
Krishna Ramanathan.
Isham Zafri.
Tapasvi Danisetti.
Miriam.
Holly Carroll.
Miriam Abedi.
Jenny Rue.
Pablo Save, Jasmine Gonzalez, Gay Jimenez, Cardenas, Velasco Ramirez.
Julio Ramos Osorio.
Paul Seth Zanner.
Ronan James Roy.
Dylan Greiser.
Srinidhi Raghavandra.
Edison Thatcher.
Ishan Feroz.
Ananya Rao Dranam Raju.
Priyoshi D.
Sarah Cho.
Ariana Durbin.
Luna Boulanger.
Isabel Durack.
Ethan Yee.
Addison Hill.
River Clark.
Vida Pakzad.
Ryder Khan.
Andrew Jung.
Arvik Chandanani.
Riaz Ismail.
As I live and breathe. Matthew Nanakul.
Grand Moff Tristan Isaiah Gilbert Smith. All the way to the end.
Grace Shore.
Aaron Karkit Chu.
Anna Grunke.
V. Chaudhary.
Bailey Boucher.
Simon Field.
Alexa Heck.
Danielle Kovalerchuk.
Maria Atkins.
Idan Zangi.
Maddie Sorum.
Ian Barrett Drapp.
Emmy D. Guzman.
Milo Cox.
Aiden Tracy.
Juhi Chandra.
We'll miss you, bro. We'll miss you. JJ Maxwell.
Addison Smith.
Be good. Don't forget us back here. Lucas Dagans.
Lou Shampo Roberts.
Ethan Shimke.
Trisha Shinoy.
Aiden Ballman.
Tom Kiriati.
You ready? Ashwin Hashia.
Sambriti Adhikari.
Nick Olette.
Sarah Hessiano Di Gongora.
Drew Miller.
Caitlin Abigail Chavoy.
Daniel Ferreira.
Skylar Myers.
Thank you, Miss Mannion.
Louis Chambers. Victoria Paras. Trey Joyce. Miles Rashko. Sophia Keeling. Natalia Madrano Tovar. Audrey McDowell.
Mitch Lacey.
Indira Dueve.
Isabel Hughes.
Alyssa Bick.
Topher Puri.
Addison Kapoor.
Tanner Boudreau.
Kylie McCartney.
Brooke Narosky.
Madeline Breen.
Adam McAllen.
Hannah Arnold.
Andrew Lyon.
Jasmine Jaber.
Demi Kim.
Ava Hertog.
And Aora Oyaki.
Judy Booty.
McKenna Dinklager.
Isabella Mosca.
Ethan Malakian.
Thomas Wood.
Fiona Wolf.
Jacob Ahrens.
Jose Ruiz.
Dominic Miller. Kai Jatunen.
Anna Harlan.
Kennedy Jameson.
Neha Toshniwal.
Ridwan Ahmed.
Kennedy Ortlieb.
Sebastian Dysert.
Travis Beam.
Juliana Dysert. Mason Beery.
Max Cooper.
Evie Dent.
Dia Nair.
Josie Huggy.
Carolyn Maria Amerlin.
And Dennis Roslikov.
Haley Chan. Yes, I'm just going. Hugh James. Ashland Gorham. Joseph Utek. Luke Wells. Ben Utek. Yogeshwara Sai Kurapati. Ishan Gadiraju. Brighton Lynn. Randy Shia. Tristan Carbonneau. David Gupta. Miguel Soto Eisenberg. Bohan Zhang. Nick Hongano.
Benjamin Yu.
All right. Oh. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Before I begin, Jane Roos made sure that I did this, so everybody cheese. Okay, thanks, Jane. She made sure that I did that. She said it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. All right, good evening, family, friends, loved ones, and my fellow graduates. My name is Chloe Kim, and I've had the absolute honor of serving as your Associated Student Body President this past school year. I know that I'm not alone in saying that I could not have gotten through not only these past 4 years, but my entire life without the support and unconditional love from my family. So to my mom, my dad, my older sister, and my older brother, 너무 사랑하고 고마워. Everybody, please take a moment to find your families and blow them a kiss, thanking them for being here today. All right. Thank you. Before I officially begin, I would like to recognize our ASB Vice President, Sophia Lisboa. Sophia, could you please stand? Sophia works incredibly hard behind the scenes to make sure everyone feels included, safe to fail, and appreciated, creating an environment that embodies Eastlake's core values. Thank you, Sophia, for all your hard work, not only this past year, but the 4 years with your involvement as sophomore class vice president, ASB Equity and Diversity Director, and ASB Vice President. Eastlake is forever grateful towards you. For those of you who know me, you know that I'm doing my absolute best not to cry right now, so please bear with me with these last few moments of our high school memories. My fellow graduates, I know you're all daydreaming about going off and celebrating with your friends and family, or thinking about what you just had at Din Tai Fung, or at least I know that's what I was doing. But before I send us off one last time, I would like to bring your attention back to this very room. Take a moment to look around you. You could be sitting next to your best friend in the entire world, or you could be sitting next to the person you've gone to school with since elementary school but never spoken a word to. Don't let that person get away without a hug or a goodbye. Our class will forever be connected by the past 4 years we've spent at our home, Eastlake High School. And there are many qualities of Eastlake that we have all grown to love. My favorite romantic comedy ever, Set It Up, not only introduced me to the love of my life, Glenn Powell, I love you, Glenn, but also introduced a quote that has resonated with me since the first time I watched it. You like because, and you love despite. You like something because of its best qualities, and you love it despite some of its worst. You like Eastlake because of the amazing people sitting around you, and you love it, despite the awful stairs from the underground gyms to the second floor we all had to climb during 9th grade fitness. You like WISPIS because of the strong community it builds, and you love it despite the fact that we howl on the announcements sometimes. You like high school because of the unforgettable memories you've made these past 4 years, and you love it despite the fact that you now have to leave forever. Class of 2025, in 2 minutes, we're gonna walk out these doors and we'll only reunite once again as a group for our high school reunions. When we meet again in 10, 15, and 20 years, let's look back on high school and remember the positives. Leave every single embarrassing memory you might have, every missing assignment you forgot to turn in, sorry, Miss Fisher, and every tardy you have on your attendance record in this room. Remember only the people you met, the connections you made, and the growth you achieved. 2025 always seemed so far off in the future, but in the blink of an eye, we're here already. So 2035 and 2040 will be here before you know it. So before we meet again, live your life with love, showing it to every stranger you meet and spreading it in every environment you enter. I can't wait to see all the beautiful adults we grow into being. I now invite you all to stand with me. And for any graduates confused, we start with the tassel on our right side. Please join me in moving your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, graduates, we did it! Family and friends. Family and friends, please remain seated while our graduates exit the arena. You may meet your student outside. Thank you all for attending.